Today we're going to go over things never to do when your shoulder hurts. You're going to learn how to navigate the waters of shoulder pain and where you have no idea how it started. Most people who suffer shoulder pain do not know how it happened. There was no fall, no accident, no time where they can remember sharp pain after lifting something. One day it just woke up and it was sore, it bothered you, it was painful. Some people can actually name the time that they felt a pop or, a lot of pain going down their shoulder, but the majority of people are not able to do that. Shoulder pain is only going to get worse over time. If you are waking up consistently with shoulder pain, or let's say you have shoulder pain today and you remember 2 weeks ago it bothered you, this is only going to snowball. This is not going to get better on its own. This is already in a process of a downward spiral. Your body allows you to compensate, or it compensates for you, so you are able to go for some time where maybe that shoulder pain isn't as prevalent every day, but in the end, it is going to be something that's not going to be able to be ignored for a while. It doesn't matter how this cause of your pain started, doesn't matter how it came to be. You're going to deal with it the same way when you're treating it at home. Now, if you have a definitive diagnosis or you're currently being treated, some things are a little bit different, but these 3 things you should never do when you have shoulder pain. This is not if it's been surgically repaired and it's about a week out of surgery. Obviously, there's different things you want to do. This is for that pain that's been going on for a little bit of time, or you had just not sure what came on and you haven't really gotten it treated or looked at yet. So what are the 3 things you should never do if your shoulder hurts? Stop using it or change the way you are using it. This one seems kind of counterintuitive, but this is the #1 reason that shoulders do not get better on their own. This goes against what your body is going to tell you what you want to do. If your shoulder hurts when you lift it overhead, you don't want to lift your arm overhead. So you're either going to lift it kind of more out to the side, maybe you won't lift it all the way overhead. Maybe you'll stop lifting it overhead and use your other arm. This is completely the opposite of what you should be doing. When your shoulder hurts, you should continue to gently move it through all ranges of motion. So maybe you can't lift 25 pounds or a gallon of milk over your head anymore. That's okay. Don't lift the gallon of milk overhead, but you should still gently make that motion of lifting overhead. Your body's going to want to move your shoulder. It's going to want to rotate your shoulder. It's going to want you to compensate. So it's going to make you a deal, and this deal is going to be made subconsciously that, it'll let you lift overhead, but you're going to have to shrug your shoulder to do it. You're going to have to rotate your shoulder out. You're going to have to move your shoulder. You're going to have to slouch. There's about 1,000 different compensation patterns that your body will put you into subconsciously in order for you to lift your arm overhead. So when you're lifting your arm or you're taking it through ranges of motion, you want to make sure that you are doing that without shrugging your shoulders, bringing your shoulders forward. When you reach that wince of pain, that you don't move your shoulder in a different direction in order to avoid it. Keeping that range of motion is one of the most important things that you need to be doing. It's going to allow blood flow into the area, which good blood will allow healing. Bad posture. So bad posture is one of those things that everybody rolls their eyes at me with when it comes to anything. And posture is usually what people consider associated with your back or neck and go, yeah, I know I have to have good posture. Well, the same is true when it comes to shoulder pain. If you have bad posture, your shoulder's not going to heal. If you have your shoulders elevated, and how you can figure out if you do is just tell yourself to push your shoulders down. If your shoulders move at all, they're not in the right spot. You're using compensation. You're using mechanisms that are going to hurt you. But you're also using mechanisms that's causing a decrease in blood flow to the shoulder. So this is going to not allow structures to heal as effectively. It's going to decrease the good blood into the shoulder. Shoulders heal, body parts heal when good blood is allowed to circulate through. If you're shrugging your shoulders, if you're leaning forward, you're not going to be able to do that. To have your shoulders in the correct position, you're going to roll them up, back, and then you're going to drop them down. You are not going to roll them up and then back and then pin them all the way back, holding them in that position as long and as hard as you can. This will bring in other problems. So you want to make sure you just roll them up, back, and you simply drop them down. Now, if you are used to doing poor posture, you're going to immediately find yourself shrugging your shoulders back up, or you're going to find yourself slouching. This is not a one-time thing. This is not a 10-time thing. You have to retrain your body on how to sit correctly, on how to stand correctly. So you're going to roll your shoulders up, back. You're just going to drop them down. And this may take 100 times a day in order for you to retrain your body with correct posture. And the final thing you should never do if you have a sore shoulder is sleep on that shoulder. You want your shoulder to have the maximum amount of healing time. If you're laying on it and you're crushing all the structures that are sore, or maybe you're jutting it forward so that they don't hurt as bad, you're limiting the blood supply, you're putting all the pressure on things that are already inflamed, already sore. So you want to make sure that when you lay on your shoulder, you should lay on the opposite shoulder. If you're a side sleeper, lay on the opposite shoulder. If you're a back sleeper, you should be fine. Maybe you have to put a pillow underneath it. You don't want it to sag down low. But you should have some sort of means to elevate that shoulder. Do not sleep on your stomach. That's a whole other presentation. But you want to make sure that you are sleeping either on your back or on the opposite side while this is healing. If you do not sleep on the opposite side or on your back, you're giving up hours and hours of healing. You don't have to do anything, but your body's going to just allow that fresh blood to get in there and flush some of that garbage out. So, as much as you can, position yourself to sleep on the other shoulder or on your back.